Hi, I'm Katie Swan.
My name is Abby Music.
And I'm Hannah Olafson.
And welcome to the SNAPFacts podcast.
This podcast will explain the ins and outs of SNAP benefits. While we have researched the many different facets of SNAP, we are not recipients of the program, nor do we have the first-hand knowledge of what it is like to live it.
All of us are social work students at the University of Nebraska, Omaha.
We aim to show that hunger in America is not as polarizing of an issue as most people believe. In fact, the amazing truth of SNAP and hunger in America lies somewhere in the middle.
I'm Hannah Olafson, and today we'll hear part of my interview with Toni about her experiences as a recipient of SNAP benefits and trying to make ends meet raising her 2 kids, one of whom has a food allergy, only adding to their weekly groceries. How long have you been on SNAP?
Since I had my kids.
You have your kid? How many kids do you have? 2?
Mm-hmm. 9 and 10.
9 and 10?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so they eat a lot. Do you have like a plan or a goal to get off of SNAPs?
I mean, it's kind of hard because my son has food allergies, so I have to pay more out of pocket than I do food stamps. So food stamps is not for me, they're for him.
Yeah. What kind of was the process of applying for you? What was that like?
At first it was hard because they was like, no, you make too much, you can't, make too much, you can't, make too much. And like I explained to them, like even though it says I make that much, my take home is lesser than what it is that all that together. So that's the only thing that's the downfall for. They look at your gross that you so-called bring home, then your net pay. Like your net pay can be $1,000, but your bring home could be $700. They're like, okay, you still make too much to us.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you still got your bills, your lights, your gas, your phone bill, clothes, shoes, deodorant. Like I'm a single parent, so SNAP helped a little bit, but it doesn't help the way I want it to.
Yeah. So how would you want it to help?
Probably give out more than because I only get like $175 for 2 kids. So with $175 for my son food allergy, it's like, well, we don't get hot Cheetos this week, maybe next week. So it's just certain things like that.
Yeah. And so what does having that money help you buy in the future? Like what do you put that money aside for to buy that you...
School clothes.
Yeah. Clothes?
School clothes. I'll buy for 1 week, I ask my kids like, what are we eating for this week? And they tell me, we'll eat noodles. So we'll eat noodles for 1 week. And then next week, okay, we'll make a hot dog chips one day or bologna sandwich the next day. It varies. I just make sure I buy enough for the 2 weeks. And then after that, I don't spend no more. Unless my son asks for candy, and then I break down and buy candy. Other than that, I'm stingy. I'm cheap. I'll be trying.
What was kind of like your realization moment that you needed to be on SNAP? Or was there a moment?
When I found out my son was allergic to 175 items.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's food items and outside items. So it's like milk, juice, bread, pasta, certain cereal, certain milk, and I literally have to be in the store reading the ingredients, and I'd be like, I'm gonna sacrifice him today. I literally have to be in the store for like 3 hours just reading through everything, because I have to get him what he wants, and if I don't, like he'll be like, for instance, like at school, I think last week they had pizza party, and I was like, he can have 1 slice. So he had 2, and then he went from 2 to 3. So when it's bedtime, all you hear is scratching. I'll be like, oh, he had too much, because he had real bad asthma. So anything would trigger it. It's like, so it's a lot of sacrifices if we make in my house when it comes to food.
Yeah. And then how did you feel when you came to the realization that you had to apply? Like, what was that feeling?
It was like relief because food is expensive. Certain foods are expensive, and it was like that little extra oomph would help. Like, okay, I can afford a pack of hamburger meat to last us 2 weeks, or I can afford to buy chips this day or chips tomorrow just because you guys can get it, Instead of just like, okay, well, I don't got it this week. It's easier. It's helping.
That's good. Are you aware of Trump's new budget plan for SNAP?
Yeah, he don't realize how many people he infects. Like you said, it's a lot of people who can't work just because of their disability or whatever they may have, and food stamps is one big source that they do have. And if you cut it and you say, okay, well, we'll make pantries and bring them to your house, you don't know what these people can and can't have. You don't know what they don't like. So you telling me you're going to go door to door and ask people what they really want, And then what if you give them something they can't have, and then something happened? Then it's your fault.
So are you worried that it's gonna pass? Are you like, what do you think about when you think of it passing? Like, what's your worry?
But then my thing is, it's like I just have to cut it all back. How I do it, I would just have to like prepare food for us for like 2 weeks of have spaghetti lasted for 2 weeks, or make enough hamburger helper last 2 weeks. Because I don't eat that much for my kids. I'd be like, oh, you hungry again, huh? All right.
Do you think it'll be easier when they get older?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, because they've been a job soon as I think they need a job. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. So have you ever run out of your benefits in a month?
I have one time.
Like, how did that feel, not having that extra money?
It was frustrating because it was like, I don't like calling people, asking for nothing. So it's like, okay, I don't want to call nobody. So what do I do now?
So you just powered through it?
Mm-hmm. Water. My kids were so upset. I ain't never hated water in my whole life until for those whole 6 weeks. If I see some more water in my life, I better give me some caffeine or I'm going to have a fit.
Are you affected by like the stereotypes of SNAP?
My dad was on had food stamps when I was little. I remember it was paper.
Food stamps?
Yeah, so he's had paper food stamps. Y'all didn't know that?
No, I've only heard of the card, like people taking the card
guys,
out.
look it up. I promise they had paper food stamps, and we used to get like 6 packs of food stamps, and I used to take $1. When my dad was like, "Who took the $1?" Wasn't me. That's when chips was 50 cents. Because I want my kids to know as they get older, like, hey, it's okay to have help or have somebody that's small assistant, because sometimes everybody don't have it like somebody. So if you short a quarter, hey, it doesn't hurt to ask. Let me borrow a quarter. It doesn't hurt to be an assistance tool for you until you need it, but don't drag it out and be in your whole life. Or people mess it up for the people who really needs it, and that's the sad part.
So how do people mess it up?
They just get on the system and play it. Like, you can have 9 kids, you're going to get at least probably like $700 in food stamps. And you got somebody who got $700 in food stamps that sit here, probably spend 200 kids and selling 500 just for certain things that they need. And I think it's unfair for the ones that need it. You don't know for ones that do need it, you don't know what they're going through. But if I had to work my tail off, why they can't work their tail off? They just sit at home and do nothing, and I didn't like that, being pregnant at 9 months. I was like, oh. Whew. And milk is expensive, so buying milk out of pocket, that's $26 right there for 1 can.
Yeah.
Imagine having two kids. Yeah, that's too much money.
So do you work full time? Has SNAP allowed you to afford things that were difficult to purchase before?
It's still kind of hard just because, they only give you so much for the month. So for instance, say if they give you $146, you still got your lights, your gas, your phone bill, and then you still got personal stuff that you still need as well.
Yeah. So you can't buy like paper towels and stuff? What kinds of things like that do you wish you could use for food stamps?
I mean, I think it'll work out fine. I wish I could do that because toilet paper and paper towels are the highest household things other than cleaning supplies.
Yeah. What kinds of things do you wish you could buy like that? Like
high items, just because it helps. Like, even though you got your food, you still get your paper towels, you get your bleach, you get your pine sauce, certain stuff.
Yeah.
Even if you go to Family Dollar, it's high.
Does it help you budget for like medical checkups or dental appointments? Do you have to have like any medical expenses, or like do you save any money for that kind of stuff?
It varies on where you go. Like, so what I do is I go to the emergency room and play sick. I ain't paying nothing. Just bill me.
Yeah.
That's the only thing they can do is bill you. So I just go to the emergency room because it's expensive.
Do you think SNAP makes you eat healthier?
I eat whatever they say. The kids that they want, I make them eat.
Yeah. If you could tell your legislature to, like, what would you tell them to propose about SNAP, or like what kinds of things would you want to tell them to implement for SNAP?
I would say household items, paper towels, stuff that, some people couldn't afford because the stuff is expensive. Even food is expensive. So if you could just say, for instance, if you get 275 in food stamps and 175 would be for food, you got $100 for your household items, which is your personal items, your hair gel, your deodorant. Because, I got a son and daughter, so I can't buy one deodorant. I got to buy 2 deodorants. I can't buy one toothpaste because he can't have a certain toothpaste. So I got to buy 2 different toothpaste, 2 different mouthwash, 2 different detergents, 2 different bleach, one with bleach, then one non-scented bleach, and then like body washes. Me and hers can be scented, his can't be scented. And then there's washing clothes. I can wash me and her clothes together, but I can't wash his clothes together. So it's like it would work out. It would help a lot.
Yeah.
Especially ones who got certain kids who have needs like that, because there's a lot of kids who can't eat certain stuff. So that would help a lot as well.
Would you want them to raise the amount that you could get per month, or
I would say raise it. So say if they gave me $300, I could do $200 in groceries, and another $100 in store items. When you have kids, it's like you just gotta sacrifice a lot. So if I sacrifice, so do you. So you want this half or this half? That's how I tell them. Like if we all want pizza, my thing is we have to agree on food night. That's the only thing. We all can't have hot dogs, hamburger, pizza. No, one get pizza, we all get pizza.
Yeah. And do you use the food service here, the Together Food Pantry? And are you able to use it only one time a month? So how does that help?
It's good because they give you, like, for a family of, like, that's 3 in mine. So I'll get 25 items. So that's 25 items off the shelf right there. And all we eat is macaroni in my house and green beans and corn. And then you got other pantries that you can go to as well. And like, so you can go here today and go to a different one tomorrow. So they help a lot. It's just you got people who abuse it. And then they mess up for the ones that need the stuff. So that's the bad part. We have people who will come in and do a pantry and go outside the door and sell it. I'll give you this box for $25, and then they'll come back in next month like, oh, well, I want a pantry. Well, we can't give it to you because you was outside the door and you sold your pantry for $25. So then there comes a big old commotion. Well, I could do what I want with my pantry. And it's like, yeah, you're right, but you can't do it in front of the doors.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Toni, for joining us.
You've been listening to SNAPFacts. While this podcast features students from the University of Nebraska, Omaha, it does not reflect the values or opinions of the university. Our theme music comes from Culture House. That's culture with an X, and you can find them on Instagram. This podcast is produced by Let's Make Stuff Productions, and you can find them at letsmakestuff.productions. We owe a big thanks to all of our contributors for sharing their expertise with us. This show would not have been possible without you. Thank you.